The ancient city of Luxor. In this tremendous world, extraordinary human advancements have risen, leaving numerous significant achievements demonstrating them, and these highlights have been uncovered after some time.
Maybe Egypt is one of the nations in which there is an enormous gathering of landmarks. In it there is a historical center in the outdoors. It is considered the biggest on the planet, and this exhibition hall is the city of Luxor, which is loaded up with numerous archaeological landmarks, left by the old Egyptians after some time, and in this article we will discuss this city, its history, and the most significant highlights that recognize it from others. The ancient city of Luxor. The city of the 100 doors. The city of the 100 babs is the ancient city of Luxor, and the so-called city of the 100 babs is the Greek historian Homer. This is because of its large doors buildings.
The city of Luxor had several names throughout the ages, and among these names, East, and Thebes in the Roman era, and Thebes was the capital of the pharaonic Egypt, as was called the city of the sun, the city of the scepter, and the city of light, while its current name Luxor has been called by the Arabs, because of the many archaeological palaces in it. The date of founding the city of Luxor dates back to approximately 2575 BC during the rule of the fourth family during the reign of Amenhotep I, where Luxor, Thebes, was the capital until the year 332 BC when the Persians brought down the 31st family. Because of the importance of Luxor, it was chosen to be the capital of Arab culture in 2017 AD. It contains 1/6 of the monuments found in the world, and is also an important tourist attraction in Egypt. Tourism is an essential part of its economy, but its residents also work in agriculture, especially sugar cane cultivation, except for their work in some industries, such as ceramic industries, pottery industries, and furniture. 3. Geography and climate. Luxor is located in southern Egypt, which is the capital Luxor Governorate, about 670 kilometers south of the Egyptian capital, while 220 kilometers north of Aswan, 56 kilometers south of Cana Governorate, and approximately 280 kilometers southwest of Hurghada. Luxor is a hot and dry region, and it is also one of the warmest cities, as its climate is classified within the desert climate. The Nile River passes through the city of Luxor, and it is divided into two parts, the eastern section called the City of the Living. There were all aspects of life in the pharaonic period, such as palaces, houses, and religious temples, while the western section shows other features, such as tombs, and temples dedicated to funerals, and this section was called the City of the Dead. Luxor Museum in 1975 AD, was completed. The Luxor Museum was opened on the Nile Corniche, and this museum was distinguished by its smallness and its limited number of distinctive artifacts, estimated at about 100 pieces. Perhaps the most important of these pieces was found in the tomb of Tutankhamun, and there is also a statue of Thutmose III, and this statue was discovered in 1965 AD. A set of photos was displayed alongside the statue, showing how it was discovered and how it was badly damaged. In 2003 AD, after 38 years of neglecting this statue, Dr. Zahi Hawass requested restoration of this statue, and he took care of himself the restoration processes, until he returned to what it was previously. 4. Archaeological monuments in Luxor. Luxor contains a wide range of important monuments, including Karnak temples. The construction of Karnak temples began around 2134 BC. That is, with the beginning of the rule of the 11th family, and each king put his touch in the changes he brought about on the synagogue complex, so each king strived to construct and decorate his own temple so that it is distinguished from other kings who preceded it. So we see the distinction and beauty of ancient Egyptian civilization in this temple from the engineering and the technical side, and here it should be mentioned that the most important monuments that tourists visit in the eastern part are the Karnak temple. Luxor Temple. From the beginning of the rule of the pharaohs until the Islamic era, the Luxor Temple was a place of worship, where the cult of the god Amun-Re, his wife Mut, and their son Khonsu was built during the reign of the 18th and 19th families, and there are many distinct buildings such as those built by Amenhotep III and Ramses II. Ramses II built the entrance to the temple and placed two large statues of it. As for the triple cabin built during the reign of Hatshepsut, the pharaonic queen, it was rebuilt during the reign of Ramses II. Concord Square. Valley of the Kings, is a group of tombs for the kings of the modern state and their families, as the pharaohs were afraid of thieves, so they carved their graves in the rocks. The Valley of the Kings contains more than 60 cemeteries, but the largest number of these cemeteries is in the eastern part, and the eastern part has attracted tourists greatly, while the western part contains only 2 cemeteries. The first is for Amenhotep III, and the second is for Eni. Memnon statue. One of the important monuments in the west bank of Luxor is the Memnon statue, and these 2 statues are the only remaining witnesses from the funerary temple built by Amenhotep III, and the names of many historians and rulers are written on these statues. Ramesseum Temple. It is one of the funerary temples of King Ramses II, and in this temple there is a group of inscriptions, which indicate the Battle of Kadesh. Other tombs in Luxor. Among the other landmarks that distinguish Luxor as a group of tombs, including, 6th the Tomb of Hormheb. City's first cemetery. The Tomb of Tutankhamun. Ramses III Cemetery. Ramses VI Cemetery. Tomb of Thutmose III. The writings of the traveler on Luxor spoke to many travelers about Luxor after they visited it and learned about its great and unique features, and from this traveler Bryce Defin, who recorded how the obelisk of Luxor was transported to France, and from the traveler who talked about Luxor and compared it to the features in their nomadic countries. They lost compare the path of rams in Luxor and the corridors of Champs-Élysées, as mentioned by the Karnak Temple, and its comparison with the French square of L'Étoile, and the travelers who admired Luxor and its landmarks and mentioned it in their writings, Champollion, the British and Wilkinson, as well as the German Labusius.